We Are City channel for an episode of our Manchester City career mode here on FIFA 23. Season 4 we are into now. This is the month of October. We will cover it in today's episode. We're going to simulate Slavia Praha away from home, play Aston Villa away, play Arsenal at home, play Celtic away, I think. We're either going to play Celtic or play West Ham away and then play the FA Cup, or the Carabao Cup game, I think it is, in fact, against Arsenal at the Emirates. So 2 games with Arsenal in today's episode. But one of the West Ham of the Champions League game against Celtic will be simulated. I think I'd like to go to Celtic Park and play them. Maybe simulate the game at the London Stadium against West Ham. So we went the Champions League to Slavia Praha, and you can see there on the score sheet was Dominik Szoboszlai, Kaiki, and a double from Julian Alvarez late on that give Manchester City a 4-0 win in the Champions League. That is 6 points so far from a possible 6. So away from home we go next to face Aston Villa at Villa Park. The side we go with is Maignan in goal, Cancelo, Stones, Captain Diaz and Sosa the back four. Calvin Phillips in the holding role with Kevin De Bruyne and Frankie de Jong. It's Grealish on the left, Diaby on the right, and Phil Foden in the false 9 role. On the bench, Julian Alvarez, Cole Palmer, Dominik Szoboszlai, Olmo, Mbete Akanji, and Ortega. Missing out is Kaiki, Rodri, Luis Esbran, Guardiola all rested, and Perón, of course, is injured for a lot of the season, a lot of the start of the season. So up from the two sides at Villa Park, a night game here, captained by Ruben Diaz today. Not Kevin De Bruyne despite being on the field. De Bruyne into his last season with the club, and I probably should have given Kevin De Bruyne the captaincy. And look at that man who is in the Villa side. It is Pablo Maffeo in there for them, Oscar as well, Lucas Nemecha, ex-Manchester City player, and Stefan Ortega Moreno will be heading to Villa in the January transfer window. So another sign of an ex-Manchester City player, a few in this Villa side. So this is the Aston Villa starting 11. Ziyech in goal, never heard of him. Pablo Maffeo, captain Savic, Chambers and Kessler Hayden in the back 4. Ramsey, Kamara and Kangin Lee in the midfield 3, with Herman Lozano, Lucas Nemecha and Oscar the front 3 on the bench. Okonwo, Odriozola, Louis Barry, Makoko, Gulliver, Chukwuemeka and House. But the goalkeeping situation obviously a problem for Villa. That's why they've signed Ortega. De Bruyne. Point to Diaby, it's a great pass. Moussa Diaby, 1-0 Manchester City. Good ball by De Bruyne, who's playing second fiddle to Dominik Szoboszlai at the moment. And Moussa Diaby has scored here. Into De Bruyne, lovely ball through to Diaby. Outside the right foot touch and then into the top corner they finish the Frenchman. That could be his first in the Premier League this season. It is second in 5 games, was prolific last season. Sosa. It's a Phil Foden. Down to Moussa Diaby. Great save by the goalkeeper. And Villa long. Down by Diaz. Back to De Bruyne. Going to Diaz, who fell asleep. Lozano. Across the box they go. Chance here. Saved by Maignan. He's brilliant. Oh, there's a late foul by Diaz and the Aston Villa player. Well, he's already had the shot there. Maignan saved it. That is not a penalty by any means. Yellow card for Diaz here. No way a foul on Oscar. Penalty by Lucas Nemecha. Maignan, top bins by Nemecha, 1-1. What a stupid goal to concede. Sosa. De Jong arriving. De Jong with a volley, good defending by Chambers, behind for a corner. Foden. Sosa. Grealish. Into Phil Foden. Across the box to Diaby for a tap-in. It's an own goal, I think. Or has Diaby scored that one? It's not very clear, but it's 2-1 Manchester City. Diaby celebrates it as if he's put it in. Foden found him, but was he the man who scored this one? Yeah, he was. So close you couldn't tell. City back in front, 32nd minute. But another goal conceded. We're certainly not as strong defensively as we were last season, I have to say that. Foden and Sosa combined. Grealish. Diaby. Foden. Back to Moussa Diaby for the hat-trick. Moussa Diaby. 3-1 Manchester City. Moussa Diaby hat-trick. Great goal from Diaby to give us a lead. Flicked over to Foden. Pulled it back to Diaby. And a cracking finish by Moussa Diaby into the top corner. Sosa. Grealish. De Bruyne. Diaby for number 4. Diaby forgets number 4. Villa are getting smashed here. De Bruyne to Diaby, 4-1 Manchester City. Brilliant goal from Moussa Diaby. Grealish to De Bruyne. De Bruyne across to Diaby, and he comes across it. I mean, the keeper has got no chance yet there. Ziyech, however you say his name. Well weighted. Diaby. Back to Foden. Good skill by Phil. Sosa. Foden arriving! Oh, it's 5-1, and that's game over. That's possibly game over. City 5, Villa 1. Phil Foden with a header. What a cross by Borna Sosa from fullback. 5-1 Manchester City. Foden worked into Sosa. Was there for the return ball. And directs his header brilliantly across the goalkeeper. We jump to result and it finishes 6-1. Another goal for Phil Foden. What a performance from Manchester City. So this is how the Premier League table is looking. Us and Arsenal top. 6 wins and 1 draw. We've scored 10 more goals than Arsenal, but conceded exactly the same of 6. A better goal difference than +8, but both on 19 points. And we face Arsenal at the Etihad today. To decide for Arsenal, Maignan goes in goal. It's Cancelo, Captain Diaz, Guardiola and Sosa the back 4. Rodri in the holding role with Szoboszlai and De Jong in front with Alvarez on the left, Diaby on the right and Phil Foden through the middle on the bench. Grealish, Kayiki, De Bruyne, Olmo, Lewis, Stones and Ortega. No Esbran, no Mbete, no Akanji, no Palmer, no Phillips today. They are out of the squad for this top of the table clash with Arsenal. So welcome back to the Etihad Stadium. Mikel Arteta again to face Pep Guardiola and his Manchester City side. Pep Guardiola in his 10th year at the club and his 10th and final year at Manchester City. This is the side he has built. A false 9 of Phil Foden. And City go with that. Arsenal weren't so good last season, had a really poor season, but look to be the main challengers for the title at this moment so far this season. Pep Guardiola looks on to see how Arteta lines up his Arsenal side. This is Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, and in goal starts Aaron Ramsdale. A back 4 of Pedersen, Yere, Ferrari and Castagna. Midfield 2 of Rodrigo de Paul and Maxence Cacaret. It is De Frutos, Martin Odegaard captain, Leroy SANE. In behind Patson Daka. SANE returns to the Etihad. Clinton Mata and Ketia Vieira, Salamakis, Marcelo Flores and Valentin Rossier on the bench. But Leroy SANE back. How exciting is that for Manchester City fans? Guardiola steps out. We're in the number 6 now, Josh Guardiola. SANE against Diaz. Leroy SANE! Oh, brilliant save by Maignan. Back to Alvarez. Pedersen with him. Alvarez. Frenkie de Jong arriving, and Frenkie de Jong opens the score in 1-0 Manchester City. Good ball by Alvarez. Well, he ran it, Julian. Nice movement by de Jong as well. Rodri's run actually initially dragged Yere away. That opened it up for Frenkie de Jong to get his second of the Premier League season so far. 1-0 City against second place to Arsenal. Pep Guardiola's Manchester City going to run away with another Premier League title. Into Alvarez, headed away. Rodri in there, Frenkie de Jong, Phil Foden. Lovely turn by Foden. Great footwork. Phil Foden! What a goal by Phil Foden. What a goal by Phil Foden. That is Messi type goal, and he celebrates in front of the Arsenal fans as well. Look at this for a goal from Phil Foden. Lovely feet. Switched it from the right to the left foot. Round Yere, round a couple of players. And then into the back of the net by Phil Foden. It's a spectacular goal by the man unlocked in the false 9 position perhaps. Cancelo. Szoboszlai. Phil Foden, good block. Falls to Frenkie de Jong, good save by Ramsdale. Brilliant save by Ramsdale. Half time, City 2, Arsenal 0. Aaron Ramsdale keeps Arsenal within touching distance in this game. Because if it goes 3-0 there, you suspect the game is dead and buried at 3-0. Frenkie de Jong is pulling the strings in midfield. Certainly. Frenkie. Szoboszlai. Foden. Foden with a chance here. It's 3-0 Manchester City. And Phil Foden scores to make it 3. Well, his goals are going to win us titles this season, I think. He's learnt from Erling Haaland. He's learnt from Erling Haaland how to finish. Great run, great ball. A nice finish into that bottom left-hand corner from Phil Foden. Manchester City 3, Arsenal 0. City on course to either another historic season under Pep Guardiola in his 10th year. Skill pass Cancelo. SANE, Diaz going to be careful. SANE! Oh, City, that's poor defending. 3-0. SANE scores. Such bad defending. Clean sheets aren't there this season, are they? The same. Phil Foden. Alvarez! Oh, good strike, good save by Ramsdale. I'm going to make another change, I think, now. I'm going to get Kevin De Bruyne on for Dominic for Phil Foden. Give him a rest. De Bruyne goes in the false 9 role. Dealt with. It was the right idea. Full time of 3-1 against Arsenal, though. which puts us 3 points clear of the second place Arsenal, although the teams around will have won games. Impressive performance in the end. Good goals from Phil Foden. So a win here against Celtic nearly finished off our Champions League groups. We are going to play this game ahead of the game against West Ham United. Maignan starts and goal. It's Rico Lewis, John Stones, Akanji and Esbrand the back four. Phillips in the midfield with Frankie de Jong and Dominic Szoboszlai. Actually, you know what? Danny Olmo's going to come in and Kevin De Bruyne is going to come in. Change the midfield around a little bit there, and that means Kevin De Bruyne can take the captain's armband. Cole Palmer on the right, Phil Foden to the middle, and Julian Alvarez on the left. On the bench, Grealish, Kaiki, Szoboszlai, De Jong, Mbete, Diaz and Ortega. Quite a few players rested today for the next fixture. Well, a big round to come through. Celtic Park to walk through that tunnel. Atmosphere, I'm sure, is absolutely massive here at this stadium. Jota there, one of the main players in this Celtic side, and a player in this Celtic side who is on loan from the City Football Academy. On loan from Troyes, it is Savio, the Brazilian right winger. I think wearing the number 9, starts on the right hand side for them. So let's see how he impresses. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to play Celtic, because we do have Kaiki, we do have Cole Palmer on that side. Perhaps Savio could impress us today and be part of the Manchester City squad next season. I do believe he's around 80 rated, which does show how high a quality player he is. Higher rated than actually Cole Palmer, higher rated than Kaiki, than perhaps a Manchester City player in the making, the young Brazilian. I think he's only about 20 years of age as well. He could come back and be part of the City squad next season. This is the Celtic starting 11. Look who is in goal for Celtic as well. A very well-known Zach Steffen. They've got Jenna Lewis on the bench there, John McGinn. But it's Steffen in Cole, Matson, Welsh, Ergurdi and Vilman at the back. Williams, what's going on? O'Reilly, Salazar and McGregor in the midfield 3. Xerxes up top with Savio and Jota. So Savio wants to keep an eye on, and so is that man there. Zach Steffen, Jota, a danger as well in this side. Interesting Celtic side to come up against. Oh, Lewis, that's a bad pass to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne works hard and wins it back for his side. Across it to Julian Alvarez here. Falls to Phil Foden to make it 1-0 City. Well, I thought that was a foul by De Bruyne on the Celtic player. The referee thought not. And Phil Foden goes and scores. Foul there by De Bruyne. Crossed into Alvarez, who should score here. Straight at Steffen. And Foden has a tap in. Another goal for Phil Foden, by the way. Playing through the middle. Foden. There's Brand. There's Brand into Cole Palmer. 2-0 City. Two academy stars combined. Palmer and Josh Wilson. There's Brand, who's looking wonderful at left back. Drives forward there. And finds Cole Palmer. Great running by Esbrand. Lovely cross into Palmer. And I said he's been scoring goals more than Kaiki. Cole Palmer. Another goal for him. So, Manchester City, I think this is Palmer's season. Counts for Celtic. Jota, wonderful ball into him. Kanji with him. Maignan drops. Maignan saves it. He's a Kanji for pace. Not so easy to do. Falling behind here. Chance here for Celtic. Goal conceded Salazar. Conceding goals this season, aren't we? It's poor defending. Phillips has got to be there. Salazar across. Maignan doesn't save it either. Bottom corner. Into Josh Wilson. Esbrand. He's gone again here. Esbrand scores himself. 3-1 City. Josh Wilson, Esbrand with a goal. Who is looking like he's going to start pushing Borna Sosa massively on that left-hand side here. Hammers it into the top corner, Josh Wilson, Esbrand. City 3, Celtic 1. De Bruyne. Esbrand. Into Cole Palmer. He's 4-1 Manchester City. Palmer scored again. And Esbrand with another assist. 4-1 Manchester City. Well, Palmer's got that goal scoring side to him. He's unleashed it. Look at this ball by Esbrand. It's fantastic. Palmer with a wonderful header by past Zach Steffen. To Alvarez. Olmo. Foden. Olmo. Alvarez off the crossbar. Palmer at the far post. Misses a chance of a hat-trick. Lewis again. Lewis again into Alvarez. Didn't really make that forward run across the near post. That is half-time. 4-1 we do lead. I think we will jump to result. I'm happy with the side and the way they've played. And that means we can play that West Ham game as well and get all the games we wanted to do in today's episode. So a 6-2 win in the end. Goals for Alvarez and Foden in the second half, and a goal for Jota in the 85th minute. So City definitely scoring goals this season without Haaland, but conceding goals as well. Defensively not strong. Another goal for Foden, and a nice goal for Alvarez as well. I want to get him more goals on the score sheet playing off that left-hand side. Up next we get to face... So up next we get to play that game against West Ham, because the two halves we've played over the Celtic and the Villa game means that's only one game in the episode. We want to play 4. So Maignan starts the goal. It's Cancelo, Stones, Guardiola, Wilson, Esbrand gets the start in the back 4. Rodri, De Jong and Szoboszlai in the midfield 3. The RB on the right, Olmo in the false 9 position. But actually I'm going to put Cole Palmer in the false 9 position. Olmo in for Frankie De Jong in there. Get Olmo playing a bit more football. Grealish on the left, the RB on the right today. This game against West Ham on the bench. Alvarez, Grealish is in the team. De Bruyne, De Jong, Phillips, Akanji, Diaz, Ortega on the bench. Should we get Mbete on the bench? We'll get him in there for Ruben Diaz. He'll get a rest today, because we have got Arsenal in the Cup, I think, to win the episode. And I'm thinking Kaiki will start that one. Diaz will, perhaps alongside Luke Mbete. So here at the London Stadium, Manchester City take on West Ham United. Our captain today is John Stones, who has not been playing much football. We have got 4 centre-backs, and a 5th centre-back is Luke Mbete. I'm not sure if that'll change next season. It depends on what the new manager decides on. Of course, there probably will be a new manager ahead of Pep Guardiola next season. Guardiola 10 years at Manchester City now. This is the West Ham side then. In goal is Sergio Rico. A back 4 of Kehrer, Ali, Verissimo and Target. Guendouzi and Lima partner in midfield 2 with Neves, Fornals captain and Harvey Barnes in behind Myron Boadu. On the bench, Alex Moreno, Carrasco, Caio Jorge and Maxwell Cornet. Some of the big names on there. Olmo again. Rodri. Grealish. There's Brand. Chance at it. Falls to Grealish for the chance here. Diaby arriving. Deflects wide of the post. Stones need to move to Diaby. Gets his head up and sees no options, but Diaby got a bit of pace about him. Diaby, great running. Diaby. Palmer with a tap in. It's 1-0 Manchester City. And it's another goal for our number 20, Cole Palmer. He's finding his form, isn't he, at Manchester City? He really is this season. Great running by Diaby. Cross to Palmer. And a tap in for Cole. Goal number 3 in 3 Premier League games now for Cole Palmer. Grealish. Palmer. All right to Esbrand. Diaby at the far post. He's looking for Moussa Diaby, who nearly gets there. Palmer loses out to Guendouzi. Rodri back out to Esbrand. Rodri, good turn. Good pass to Cancelo. Back to Diaby, who gets it wrong this time. Here's Josh Wilson, Esbrand. Oh, tried to skip round the defender. Unlucky. Oh, he's got it back here, Esbrand. And Grealish has. Cole Palmer. Palmer across the box here. It's the Szoboszlai at the far post. Goalkeeper ends up poking it away. That was against Esbrand. Past him. Fornals. Boadu. Boadu! Oh, it's off the post and it's poor goalkeeper from Mike Maignan. Equaliser scored by West Ham. Boadu with a finish. Well, clean sheets are certainly hard to come by this season. Maignan, what is that keeping? Rodri. Grealish. Diaby. Grealish, the chance here! Oh, over the bar by Rico. Grealish. Diaby. Szoboszlai. Bad pass. Back down, Grealish. Rodri. Cancelo arriving! Oh, and Joao Cancelo, the fullback, has scored to make it 2-1 City. Brilliant goal from Joao Cancelo. And City take the lead here. We've worked hard to try and get a goal here, by the way. Oh, he just gets something on it, doesn't he, Cancelo? He just guides it in. Rico just didn't expect it. And City are 2-1 in front now. Great goal from Joao Cancelo. And a line to Alvarez. De Jong. De Bruyne. Diaby. Moussa Diaby! 3-1 Manchester City. That's game over. Moussa Diaby with a strike to give us a 3-1 lead. Well done, Diaby. Good find by De Bruyne, I think it was. Into Diaby. One touch here. Could have gone to Cancelo at the far post, but Diaby backed himself. He's the goal scorer. And he puts it in the back of the net brilliantly. 3-1 Manchester City. This one's mine. Szoboszlai. Can he finally get it over the wall? He does do, Dominic Szoboszlai for Manchester City. And a goal for the Hungarian. Ah, De Bruyne replacement. A set-piece master. A pass master. And he steps up here. De Bruyne missed the last one. Szoboszlai wasn't missing this one. Wonderful free kick. Stones off for Akanji. Good finish by Dominic Szoboszlai. And City lead by 4-1 now at West Ham. Well, think how hard we were working as well for the goal at that point where we couldn't get it. Diaby. Good skill. Cancelo again from fullback, and Joao Cancelo gets another one. Marauding forward is Joao Cancelo to make it 5-1 Manchester City. Assist from Moussa Diaby and a great goal by Cancelo. Pulled it back to him. Nice strike. Rico, poor positioning. Cancelo gets his second of the game. From fullback, City 5, West Ham United 0. Or 1, should be 0. Frustrated to concede a goal. With 1 goal left in the Carabao Cup against Arsenal. I'm very happy with that performance. Players on the score sheet that you expect to be. Palmer scoring again, Cancelo with a double. Great performance from City. The final game of today's episode is against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. This is starting to go with Ortega in goal. It's Lewis, captain Diaz, and Bete and Sosa, the back four. Phillips in the holding role with Frankie de Jong and Kevin De Bruyne. And it's Alvarez on the left, Kaiki on the right, and Phil Foden in the false 9 role. On the bench, Grealish, Diaby, Palmer, Olo Akanji, Stones and Maignan. Esbrand, Guardiola, Cancelo, Rodri and Szoboszlai all rested today. So outcome of the two sides in the Carabao Cup, we were knocked out in the semi-final stage of this competition last year to then eventual winners West Ham United. We want to get to the final this year. You can see to get to the final we need to beat Arsenal and then 2 more games, or 3 more games really, the second leg isn't in the semi-final, 2-legged tie, then to reach the final. We've already beat Arsenal once so far in today's episode in the Premier League, and we look to go and beat them again. This is Mikel Arteta's Arsenal side. Cooper Myers, Daka, Flores, Salamakers, Mata and Rossi on the bench. It is Aaron Ramsdale in goal. Pedersen, Yere, Ferrari and Castagna, the back four. Kakare and DePaul in the midfield 2. Sane on the left, De Vrij on the right. And captain Martin Odegaard in behind Eddie and Nketiah, giving the nod ahead of Patson Daka today. Looking to Foden. Alvarez. Sosa. Foden with a chance here. He's offside, Phil Foden. I knew he would be anyway. De Bruyne got on pretty well, I think. Sane back to the keeper. Ramsdale straight into Phil Foden. Lucky boy Aaron Ramsdale, that didn't go in the back of the net. Certain. Right out to Kaik. It's a lovely ball. De Bruyne to Phil Foden, and City with a chance here. It's unlocked by Luke and Bete and Phil Foden here. Oh, into top bins by Phil Foden. What a finish, 1-0. Luke and Bete. What a ball. That is what he's got in his locker. Lovely switch out to Kaiki, nods it onto De Bruyne. Phil Foden slows down. Ferrari can't get near him. Well, that time Luke and Bete had already passed it, played it. City, Kaiki, De Bruyne. Foden put it in the back of the net. Nketiah, Sane in behind here. City in trouble. City in trouble, Ortega, great goalkeeping. I'd love to keep him around as a second choice keeper, Ortega, because he's clearly very good. Into Alvarez. De Bruyne. Kaiki! Oh, what a finish by Kaiki. Well, he does get his goal now. Perhaps he's back. Finish from Kaiki. Got to get him in a good position on his left foot. We know his quality of the finish. Shift this onto his left foot here, Kaiki. Very Riyad Mahrez, Kaiki. Very Riyad Mahrez. That's a lovely finish to the far post. Past Aaron Ramsdale. Double City's lead at 2-0. See a lot of Riyad Mahrez in him, Kaiki. Rested. De Bruyne does stay on despite his performance today, which is the best of performances. Farmer. Kaiki. Alvarez. Nods it on. Olmo to finish the game. His finishing's poor. Kaiki. Kaiki over the bar by Ramsdale. Really good chance to make it 3. I know it's 2-0 and we're in control here. More comfortable. Another one. Manuel Akanji with a great header. Good save by Ramsdale again. De Bruyne is certainly getting older. Cross in here. Kaiki with a fantastic volley on a Rico Lewis cross. 3-0 City. What a goal for Kaiki. Double today. Well, we still want to get him back scoring. And he ends the episode with a double. What a cross by Lewis to the far post. And Bete for Stones, give him a rest. Look at this finish by Kaiki. Wow. Acrobatics from the Brazilian. Attacking numbers. Poorly. Alvarez wins it back, and that is full time. We end the episode with a 3-0 win against Arsenal. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Kaiki back and firing again, which is great to see. Let's see how much damage you can do in the Premier League now. We've got him back on form. Wonderful acrobatic finish as well by him at the end, wasn't it? We'll see you guys next time.